shot. Come on. Yeah!
Needs it.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Northrock Lanes here in Wichita, Kansas for the 2023 PBA Wichita Classic. Mike Flanagan, Tom Hess here with you this evening. And Tom, we got ourselves a heck of a stepladder final here tonight. Who do we have in our opening match?
We sure do. Santtu Tahvanainen, the number 3 seed, will be taking on Jakob Butturff. Quite an interesting match. Santtu making his second show ever. Jakob his second show of the season. I expect some high-scoring matches here in this finals tonight.
Lefty versus righty in the first match, and of course our number 2 seed, Dom Barrett from Great Bentley, England.
His best finish so far is second. He's looking for that number 1 seed here, so he qualifies for the TSC. Santtu, I can't say it.
Tahvanainen, John.
Tahvanainen, John.
And our number 1 seed tonight, Anthony Simonsen. We've got a great one here tonight. 27 titles, 7 major titles on the show this evening here in Wichita.
It's Tahvanainen, Santtu Tahvanainen. Good luck to both of you players. Santtu, who's going to start the match? Okay, Jakob Butturff will start the match.
Okay, Butturff's going to start the match, Tom.
Yep, here we go. Santtu either likes the left lane better or wants to put the pressure on Jakob, and I'm thinking it's the latter. I think he wants to finish and make Jakob show up in the 10th if it comes down to that. You can see GM Corey Shugren there putting the names in here, getting us ready to go. Like to send a shout out to Corey and Jeremy, the manager here. They did a great job this week here at Northrock Lanes, keeping us taken care of.
48 lanes in all here. We started this week with 92 players in a PTQ, 12 advanced to make a field of 64. 22 advanced to a cashier's round this week. 12 made it to round robin match play. So a total of 36 games to make it to tonight's stepladder finals. Again, Santtu is the only player that has not won on the PBA Tour, looking for his first title, of course, Rookie of the Year. Butturff's going to get things started here on the left lane. We're using lanes 13 and 14 tonight here at Northrock.
First shot from Jakob. Oh, just a little bit light.
I think the thing we need to bring note of here is this is the 7-9, and the pins have been flying like crazy this week. We've seen multiple 7-10 conversions and a lot of splits just like this made. I would say that the chances of making this is much higher this week than any other telecast I've ever been part of.
Yeah, the pins have just been flying around this building this week. And we mentioned that, and it's just like it went right into a vacuum, of course.
Just Stayrook made the 7-10 here in the 90s on national television. So here's a look at Santtu Tahvanainen.
Yeah, Santtu was unbelievable this week in the 30 games of qualifying and match play. Only 2 games under 200 this week.
That's massive because they were tricky pair to pair.
What a start. Santtu going with the Black Venom, latest release from Motive.
Yeah, brand new ball just announced. Looking really good out there. Just about one board right of that rangefinder. Santtu from Finland. Came over this year, brought his buddy Thomas Kauka. Tomas off to a great start this year on the PBA Tour. But this week, it's Santtu's week.
Yeah, Santtu was the 2022 PBA Rookie of the Year. Expected some big things from him right from the start. He struggled a little bit this year, but found his form this week. Running it all the way to the show.
Both Santtu and Butturff both had 7 and 5 match play records. 230.36 average for Santtu. Jakob, 226.44.
Yeah, some solid bowling this week. Those averages were even with as tricky as they got today. We saw some guys bouncing up and down, 270s, 150s all day long today.
45 feet in length pattern, the dragon pattern out here on the PBA Tour. There's out of bounds outside about the 8th board on both sides of the lane. See players play the inside part of the lane.
Jakob with a much better shot there. Jakob said his keys to the week was keeping his angles straight. Played the track most of the week. Jakob was the only lefty to get a check this week and made the show. Jakob covering the 6-pin there.
Got a nice crowd here tonight in Wichita. A lot of history in this building. Of course, our number 2 seed, Barrett, that we'll see in the next match, won the 2018 United States Open right here in this building.
Yeah, if you recall, Dom 4-6'd and barely clipped the 6-pin to get that narrow 1-pin win. Can Jakob get his first strike of the match? He sure does. .269 max for Jakob through 3 frames. Santtu still has 280 on the board.
Getting that purple hammer to come right off the end of the pattern. We saw Jakob later in blocks switch to reactive resin. He's bowled about half his games this week with reactive, half his games with urethane.
Really good shot out of Santtu. Yeah, I don't know that Jakob will, if he is able to run this ladder, he's only going to bowl 3 games, so I don't know if he'll stay in that purple ball all night long or if his own traffic is going to make him have to get out of that and go to reactive. We will have to pay attention and see how that goes.
Oil pattern just shy of a 3-to-1 ratio.
Santtu likes that one. Really good. Santtu looks really comfortable early in this match, not showing very many nerves for being on only his second show.
Yeah, what I like about this here is you can see the ball really picks up in the mid lane, controls the break point real smooth off the end of the pattern 10 back.
Jakob looking for the double to keep it a 10-11 pin match. High again. Just the 6-pin.
Looked pretty good coming off the end of the pattern there.
Yeah, pretty good shot. Went just a little bit high. As I mentioned earlier in the match play rounds, Jakob's bowling with a little bit of a heavy heart. His coach, Jordan Nasberg, has a daughter that goes to Delaware State. As many in the bowling world know, there was an unfortunate bus accident on their way to North Carolina this weekend, and a couple of girls are still in critical condition, and Jakob wants to send prayers to them, especially Sarah Lynn Nasberg. Oh, he doesn't like that one at all. Oh!
No, but it recovered, Tom.
Yeah. From his body reaction, didn't look like he liked that one at all. Looked pretty good when it got to the pins, though.
It looked a little slower, Butturff with the double-jointed wrist. Got that ball to peel.
That was way out there. He looked really surprised there, didn't he? Santtu with the splasher.
Sending pins everywhere early here.
Yeah, that one looked like it might have been in a little bit.
Gets the light mixer. Again, we talk about it all the time, especially on these longer patterns, that right tracer or rangefinder, that dark board down lane, that's the bumper everybody throws to.
Yeah, try to treat that as your gutter.
If you throw it a little bit right of that, you're going to leave a 2-pin combination most times. Little
Really
inside of it,
good.
he's got a little room down lane, Tom.
Yeah, Santtu looks really comfortable. Ball doing the right thing here early in the match. 4-bagger. Still has 280 possible. All right, Jakob really needs a strike here on this right lane. That's a good shot. Looked like he cheated just a little bit right, maybe with his feet.
I saw the same thing. It looked like he was a little right, maybe a 2-in-1 move there.
Jakob right over the rangefinder on the other side of the lane. That ball not near as far left as the one on this lane.
Butturff can max at 249. Tahvanainen, 280.
Good shot, Jakob. Jakob not going anywhere. Major champion on the tour, looking for his 8th title tonight.
If Jakob's going to advance, he's going to need help from Santtu.
Yeah, 5-bagger from Santtu. He's looking really comfortable.
That's the money ball.
Get another look here. Right over about 20. Right over the rangefinder.
You know, Tom, there's a little controversy on tour right now going on social media. Who has the best hair on tour? It's been Kyle Troop's title for several years now, but Santtu, he's giving him a run for his money.
Yeah, sure is. Oh, Santtu's got a really big pocket right now. He's carrying them light swishers when he's throwing it flush, getting all 10 down. That's a 6-bagger.
Sometimes we talk about the players having to hit a dime down lane, right? A very tight break point. Right now, Santtu's hitting about, as we talk about sometimes, we call that a $50 down lane. He's created some room for himself. He's lined up perfectly here in the opening match.
Yes, he is. Big shot for Jakob here to keep some pressure on Santtu. Great shot from Jakob.
Butturff going nowhere. Asking for a re-rack. Each player is allowed 2 re-racks per game. It's a good spot to take one right here.
Yeah, big shot for Jakob right here. Jakob with a 249 max. Santtu still going at a 280 max.
Yeah, we just had loud noise here in the center. Very smart here for Jakob to back off and reset, go through his pre-shot routine, set the ball down, start over. Good tip for everybody at home that may be watching that bowls competitively as well.
Makes it light swisher from Jakob. All right.
Butters with 5 in a row. He's doing all he can to apply the pressure here to Santtu.
Yep, match is in Santtu's hands as he steps up here bowling his 9th frame. Oh, that one looked in and quick, and oh, wow, got the light swisher.
We call that gnarly pin action.
Yeah.
Very gnarly. Just inside of that rangefinder.
Yeah, that one went a little bit more forward. Wasn't going quite as sideways through the pins, but head pin did some work coming across the deck there.
One of the keys, too, this week was speed control. And tonight, Santtu's created some room down lane and some area because his speed is very, very accurate. He's really got himself in a nice zone with his speed here tonight. He's had it all week, giving that ball time to hook off the end of the pattern, and that was perfect.
Yeah, that's what he said was one of his keys this week. He was able to control the pocket very well this week, stay out of trouble, and he said he had some great carry this week. Obviously, you don't average 230 plus with bad carry, but Santtu off to a great start here tonight. He's going to get the win in match number 1. Santtu's going to get a shot at a rematch here. Santtu finished second in Colorado in his first appearance last year to Dom Barrett. So
gets to bowl Dom again in the next match. How about that?
He's going to get the chance to get some revenge on Dom. Little ball change here.
280 for Santtu Tahvanainen. Awesome performance out there. Santtu led almost all of match play until that last game today. He really turned it on. You see his ball rep down there. That's Nick Parr from Motive. But hey, let's hand it to Jakob Butturff here. He's made 2 shows already this year. 2 of our Classic Series shows right here on BowlTV. And Butturff finishes very, very strong. I know he's going to be disappointed not winning this one, but Butturff bowling a nice big score here. The other thing I want to draw attention to as well, we've had some lefty-righty parity out here on tour. I realize only one left-hander cashed this week, but we have seen quite a few left-handers making the shows, which just kind of speaks to the PBA lane pattern designing group. Eric Pearson, PBA lane man, has done a great job out here each and every week. And it's great to see some lefties and righties on the shows in different styles.
Yeah, it's been very fair this year, I would say. You know, one little tidbit.
280 to 238, your final.
Congratulations to him, another good tournament, his second Stepladder finish this year already. Jakob Butturff, everybody. Santtu moving on, and coming on board, we have Dom Barrett coming up next.
Yeah, our tournament leader.
Over and take a little warm up, and we'll get the semifinal match underway for you here in Northrock.
Our tournament leader, Anthony Simonsen, is going to get a couple of shots here. I believe he gets 4, and then Dom will get 8 shots to use however he chooses before we go into match number 2 tonight.
Welcome back into the booth here. Mike and Tom here with you. Glad you're with us here on BowlTV. If you're watching a recorded version of this later on YouTube, we invite you to join us on BowlTV for all the live action. And to those of you that are watching tonight that are BowlTV subscribers, thank you for being subscribers here. Bowling lives here on BowlTV. And Tom, not only do we have the PBA Tour here, we've got the PBA 50 Tour, which you're going to be bowling in
yes, sir.
This year again. And also the PWBA as well as UBA, TMBA, Junior Gold, and a lot of collegiate competition as well.
Yeah, just Monday night they did the selection show for ITCs, and those 64 teams found out where they're going to go bowl. That was an exciting part of my life, watching my daughter do that. And where else can you watch it but BowlTV?
That's right, bowling lives here, and we appreciate everybody participating in the chat, interacting with one another, and also interacting with us up here in the booth. We see a lot of folks in there here tonight. We've got great viewership. Tell us in the chat right now, who do you like in this next match? Do you like Dominic Barrett from England? Or do you like Santtu Tahvanainen from Finland?
Boy, Santtu looked pretty good. 280, no nerves. You know, one thing I'd like to kind of put out there, I wonder if the fact that we're not really on a set, you know what I mean? He's just in a bowling center. It's a TV show. but when you're on one of the majors, when they set up the set, it's completely different. Wonder if that's helping Santtu with his nerves a little bit. He's just up there, just bowling in the bowling center.
Other finishers here this week, Tom. Your top 12 that made it to match play. Just missing there at 1095. Christopher Prather, he was a little under the weather here this week from Plainfield, Illinois.
Yeah, but had 2 300s this week.
Bill O'Neill finishes 6th. Jason Belmonte finishes 7th. Tommy Jones 8th. Chris Barnes 9th. Barnes had a lot of folks cheering for him right here as he cut his teeth here at Northrock Lanes. Darren Tang was 10th. Tom Doherty 11th. Anthony Lavery Spar 12th.
Yeah, it was high scoring throughout the week. Scores slowed down a little bit today. We talked about that during match play. Less players on the pairs. Fewer, shorter time to warm up. Several factors that came into the lanes getting a little tricky today. 6 300s total. 300 the first game of the event by Austin Bolds.
Yeah, we also had a lot of split conversions. We've got a couple of them saved in our replays here. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Yeah, 7-10 was made, 6 or 7 times. Here's Nick Pate.
Nick Pate on the left lane choosing to go at the 7-pin here. You saw this right here live during qualifying right here on BowlTV.
Yeah.
Take a look at that.
Look at that. Just destroyed it. That 7-pin was in the air when it hit the 10. Little tidbit. He left that same leave in the 3rd frame and almost made it again.
Ildemar Ruiz.
Yeah,
throwing
I was
the
right.
7-10.
I was right next to. I was between these two guys. Nick was on my right, Ildemar on my left, and Ildemar didn't even look. And I looked. I told him, "Watch this one."
And watch this.
This one is sick.
Does this one pick the 7-10? I don't know. No, right in front of it. How about that, Stu Williams? Couldn't believe it. And how about one more just for good measure?
Yeah.
Jakob Butturff.
Earlier today.
And we
in
called
match
it,
play.
too. We called it this time. That was against Belmonte.
Yep.
Picks the 7-10.
Yep. Because I had just questioned the frame before he had left the 7-9 and didn't try to make it. I'm like, man, with the way the pins are bouncing out, you got to try to make that.
And those are just the ones that we happened to catch as they came through our live pairs. We had a bunch of other split conversions throughout the week as well. A lot of 2-4-8-10s, 2-8-10s as a matter of fact.
Yeah, twice this week that I know of. When I was bowling and near me, I saw people actually bounce a pin out and onto another lane.
Yeah, knock down pins
Yeah.
on the other lanes. They had to take a re-rack because of it.
Yep. Yeah, there was one time a gentleman had his spare standing and the pin came over into the other lane and tripped the sweep. So they had to call that back and have that spare set back up. And that sure made it exciting for the crowd. I mean, every time you'd see a big split happen, man, the crowd would just go nuts. And the crowds were fantastic this week. This place was just packed all week long. Lots of energy in the center this week. And that makes it fun to bowl.
It sure does. You see down there we've got some special people down there. You got Mike Wolf and Dino Castillo, our 2022 USBC Senior Masters champion. Down there, Mike Wolf as well. They're both the reps for Brunswick. See John Weber.
Yep, Dom finishing up. As I said earlier, he gets 8 shots. Santtu gets no shots on the championship pair as Dom throws his 8 shots, but he gets to stay loose over on 11 and 12.
Watching Dom's practice shots, it looks like Dom is going to be playing the inside part of the lane. On the fresh, we saw most of the players play right around 11, 12, some players even up 10, and then they migrated in. But look at how deep Dom is already. It's going to be right on top of Santtu here.
I wonder if that's part of Dom's plan, getting right in there. You know, we just watched Santtu bowl
Okay, ladies and
280. We'll let John introduce the players here.
Dom Barrett coming on from England. Dom has won 10 times on the PBA Tour. He's a 3-time World Bowling Writers Bowler of the Year. He's a Tournament of Champions champion. He's a World Champion. He's a U.S. Open champion. He's a Triple Crown winner at the PBA. Dom Barrett, everybody. Oh, won the U.S. Open here. So he likes it here in Northrock. So anyway, Dom and Santtu coming on for the semifinal. Let's give them a nice send-off to start them up. Guys, good luck.
The other thing that comes to mind, Tom, is the amount of international players that have come over to bowl on the PBA Tour that was opened up over a decade ago with the World Series of Bowling. Was a great vehicle to have international competitors come over and bowl on our tour. Very similar to the NBA. The NBA has a lot of international flavor now, and the PBA Tour does as well, as we have Dom from England taking on Santtu from Finland here in our semifinal match.
And underway we go. Dom. Oh, pretty good shot. Ring 10.
I think he thought that one was a little left. Watch his body language.
One little interesting thing, Dom deciding to start the match. So Dom must like the right lane better than the left. Yeah, got a European battle going on here. Dom from England, Santtu from Finland. Guys decided to get on a plane, fly over here, and put on a show for us. Pretty good shot from Santtu.
And that's the shot I wanted to see right there. Coming off the last game, hasn't been on this pair. He's been practicing right next door over on 11 and 12. Comes right out against Dom Barrett. Flushes it on the very first shot.
Yep, actually got that one just a little bit further right down lane. You can see that was just right of the rangefinder. Lanes might be starting to open up for him. Man, he looks really comfortable right now.
We talk about the skid, roll, and hook phase in bowling. And that ball is rolling right through the second third of the lane perfectly and setting up to come off the end of the pattern and go right through those pins.
Yeah, you can't get your ball to go through the pins much better than that. Good shot out of Dom. Dom on his second consecutive show. Finished second last week to E.J. Tackett in the Shawnee Classic. Get a good look at the Black Widow 2.0 hybrid from Dom. Ironically, that's the same ball that he used last week. I don't know if it's the exact same ball, but
Dom likes to drill 3 or 4 of his favorite pieces, so we probably have a 25% chance of being right on that one.
There you go.
Now Dom getting that ball to read off the end of the pattern nicely. We see when players get in sometimes this week in this bowling center on this dragon pattern, trying to get the 10 out is difficult. Ball doesn't want to drive through the pins, but on this championship pair here tonight, that's not a problem.
Nope. Both of these guys got really good ball roll for what they're trying to accomplish tonight. Woo. Just another wash, rinse, and repeat shot from Santtu.
Uh-oh, had some footing issues. Oh, but shakes it out. You see that little shimmy with the hips? I saw that, Santtu.
So did the pins.
Looks like he just stuck.
Yeah, stuck. Got up on his toe a little bit.
6 came right up over the top of the 10 almost, connected near the top of the pin.
When you're doing things right, you get a little bit of room down lane, and Santtu sure has it right now.
Well, and it certainly frees up the arm swing when you get away with one like that.
Absolutely it does. Oh, my goodness.
Dom runs over the rack for a 9-pin.
We've seen that quite a bit this week as well. With the 45-foot pattern. Ball changes direction pretty quickly off the end of the pattern and just, ball just misses it, head pin just misses it.
Barrett covers the spare. I've always admired Dom's jerseys.
Yep. Always has the England flag. Not much emotion from Dom.
Nope,
One of his keys this week was to
business.
just keep going forward. Can't do anything about that. Just go up and do it again.
He has that one to hit. 269 the max right now for Dominic Barrett. Santtu is perfect through 4 frames. Very high scoring here to start the night, Tom. I'm a little surprised it's this high scoring coming off the match play where the scores went down, but this pair right here must be heated up a little bit with all the crowd we have here.
Well, you know, and the players got 20 minutes of practice to
Good
come
point.
over here on
Good
that.
point. Yep.
And so they've all had plenty of shots on this pair. Oh, battling 9 pins.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
All of a sudden, we're right back to a 10-pin match. Santtu's head pin right in front of the 9. Dom's just to the left of it. Santtu makes the spare. 269 max for Barrett, 279 max for Tahvanainen.
Gets the messenger there. He's crossing about 22 at the arrows.
Let's get another look at this. Saw a lot of this week too. Head pin just flying over there and taking out the 10.
Some players were coming in behind the head pin with their power, and we're sending the head pin in front of the 10 pin.
Yeah, like Jason Belmonte. We saw Jason put a bunch of those head pins in front of the 10 this week.
Barrett as well a couple times.
There you go.
Took Dom Barrett a couple weeks to get comfortable back out here on tour. He spent some time in the booth with us ever since he did that last week. Went on to bowl for the title last week, trying to bowl for the title this week. Dom looks really good out there right now.
Yes, he does. Both of these bowlers look very confident right now.
I don't know if Dom's moving in a little bit or if that's just my eyes from up here, but that looked even a little bit further left and still got to recover.
I agree with you. That looks like he took a little bit of a step left.
Sliding almost right there at the gutter splice.
Yeah, that was over like 25.
Slaps the 10 out. We got a hell of a match here, Tom.
Yes, we do. Oh, I wonder if he made a move there from the solid 9. That one gets the shaker 5.
Yeah, we call that the paralyzer. Take a look at this here.
That was right over 20, so he hasn't moved a little further right. Some great pin action here at Northrock Lanes.
He's a little bit further right down lane, exiting the pattern, but still got it to come back and hit.
Oh, no.
Bad break for Santtu in the 8th.
Let's take a look. Yeah, just a little bit behind the head pin. Head pin doesn't quite get to the 10. 6 doesn't quite get it out. We just showed we've seen a bunch of these made. Oh!
It wanted to.
That was so close to getting back up on the deck.
So Santtu can now max at 245. Barrett 269. If Dom doubles here in the 8th and the 9th and keeps compounding his strikes and parlaying 30 pins a frame, he will be able to control his own destiny. Taking a little extra time here.
Yeah.
He knows.
Did a couple of little knee bends there. Probably working on his tempo.
This is a big shot for Dominic Barrett.
That one looked a little higher than the 9 pin.
Call the plumber, maybe? A little high flush.
Dom is an arrow left of Santtu. That was definitely.
That was in down lane.
That was definitely in.
But he's created that little shim for himself, or hold.
Both of these players have a very wide pocket right now. Dom does not get the 10.
He's gotten himself pretty steep into the lane now.
Still
Ball needs extra time to come off the end of the pattern and get into the strike pocket.
Yep, still need to just go up there and make this 10 pin. Still controls his own destiny.
Scout comes across right in front of the 10.
Dom now with a 248 max.
Yeah, that was a big shot for Dom. We saw him miss a 10 pin earlier today, and when you miss one, these players don't miss them very often. It kind of gets in your head a little bit. Big moment there in the 9th.
He missed one on the show last week as well.
Scoreboard tells the story. Dom Barrett can strike out for 248. Santtu 245. Dom cannot be shut out no matter what Santtu does here in the next 2 frames.
That's Santtu's first really bad shot of the match here. Actually, of both of his games.
Yeah, of the night. Maybe just a little slow. His targeting was pretty good there.
Yeah, targeting was pretty good. Maybe caught a little bit extra because he just 7-10'd on the left lane, so he was trying to make sure it got around the corner.
Yeah, and Dom, Dom's been moving in throughout this game, and Santtu maybe missed a move there perhaps as well. Difficult to see from our perspective over here whether, the speed of the ball was a little bit less or not, but if that was a repeat of his last shot, maybe the lanes are transitioning a little bit, and that's why he went high.
Yeah, still a big shot here. If he could strike out, he could still force Dom to mark.
Mark and count. We've seen some crazy things happen here.
Yeah, we've already seen a crazy thing with the 7-10 from Santtu.
No matter what happens here tonight, though, Santtu's got to feel really good about his performance here in the championship round.
Yeah, through 20 frames, he's made what I would say one errant shot. That's pretty solid under this pressure. Big shot. Great shot from Santtu. Another important shot here. Dom pacing 238. This strike for 235.
When we say pacing, we mean spare strike the rest of the way out.
Good finish, Santtu.
Well, Santtu just has to sit down and await the result here. Dom Barrett, 10th frame, stepping up.
Triple Crown winner. Thrives in these situations. Taking his time. No shot clock tonight as we're live streaming.
The magic number for Dom would be 236. It's on a spare, so count does matter. Strike will do it.
Yep, that's the mark you're looking for. 2 shots to get 8 pins. That one got a little bit further down the lane, but the 6-pin slaps the 10 out.
Dom is almost right up against the ball return now. That's left.
Oh.
Okay, right now we're tied. He's got to touch one.
He's got to hit one.
Well, actually, I should say he has to knock one down because we've seen players touch pins and they don't fall down.
In his U.S. Open win in this building, he barely clipped the 6. But that'll do it.
Santtu Tahvanainen going to come home 3rd here in Wichita. I think Santtu is going to be able to build off of this and carry it forward once the tour resumes here in a couple weeks up in Jackson.
Yeah, we're going to have a short little break here. Everybody's going to get a chance to reset and refresh before we get back to work in Jackson up at beautiful Jack's 60 Lanes. Going to go see David Small. Start the first week of March.
You see the Storm Tour team coming in now. You see Jim Callahan, who's player manager. He's out here this week, along with Eric Kraus and tour manager Sean Ryan. They are Anthony Simonsen's ball representatives here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Anthony decides to attack the lanes tonight. We saw today at the end of match play, he went back to the urethane ball that he started this event with and bowled 840 the first 3 games.
Which one? You can't have 2 picks. Which one? 87. You got it.
John Weber doing a little trivia here, giving away pins signed by the Stepladder finalists.
And we'll give away another one.
Well, BowlTV chat, who do you guys like in this championship match? Do you like Dom Barrett? Or do you like Anthony Simonsen? There's the prize fund the players bowling for here tonight. $10,000 goes to Jakob Butturff, $12,000 to Santtu, $16,000 for second, and $25,000 for first.
On the stepladder matches at the U.S. Open in 2018. standing up. Hi. Who? That's correct.
Yeah, as we talked about, Simo with many different tricks here this week. Last 3 games of match play, he switched back to urethane and was piping it up 10 with his pitch black. Taking a lot of the lane out of play. It looks like here he's even further right. He's playing up around 9. Just jamming it in there. Taking the pattern really out of play.
Yeah, that might be because there hasn't been quite as much bowling as there was when they got to games 5 and 6 of match play today.
No. Good guess. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Watching this practice, I think that's the plan of attack for Simo. I think he's going to go with the pitch black.
31 and 32 in 1993.
This is Simonsen's second show this year, making the U.S. Open show as well.
Who? Nope. Lady there with the blonde hair. Ah, that's a winner. Here we go.
While we're getting ready for our championship match, let's take a look at another highlight here from this week. Chris Prather had a 300 game. On lanes 39 and 40, and then had another 300 game right down here in front of our bay.
How about that? I didn't notice we were doing this earlier. Did it on his banner pair.
Yeah, I sure did. Andrew Anderson with the cameo there. And here he is on his second 300 down on lanes 17 and 18.
That was the 9th.
Again, Chris Prather this week just missing the show. 1095 was his score. He averaged 224.58. And there's the final one right there.
Yeah, Chris finishes in 5th.
And a fist bump for good measure from Patrick Martinez, one of our BowlTV members here, working the camera here tonight. It's nice to have Belmo back this week. Thought he might make the show. Had a chance to make it in there. Didn't match up properly in the position round game. Comes home 7th.
How about Bill O'Neill? 3 and 9 in match play there. And you can see 227.44 average. Actually averaged more than Jakob Butturff. And Bill O'Neill started the day in 2nd place today. Just couldn't get a win. Another theme from this week was E.J. Tackett doing his Ricky Bobby impression, either first or last. But 3rd day
Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
went
we
300
are ready to
over
start
to
the
just
championship
miss
match here at the PBA Wichita
from
Classic
63rd, I believe he was on day 1, up to
Coming on board
25th.
for that championship match, our
Only
tournament
22
leader. He's from Las Vegas. He's won
cashed
10
this
times
week.
on the PBA Tour. He was the youngest to win the USBC Masters at the age of 19. He's won that event twice. He's won the PBA Players Championship. He's a U.S. Open winner in 2022. He almost won it again this year. Please welcome Anthony Simonsen to the championship match. Anthony is going to start the match. Let's give the players a nice send-off. Guys, good luck and nice scores.
All right, Mike. Got a race to 11. Who's going to get to 11 first? 2 10-time titleists getting ready to bowl for the title here at Northrock Lanes.
That'll bump him up the list. You're right. 4 majors for Simonsen, 3 for Dom. Simon's going to start the match on the left lane.
Really good shot.
When Simonsen floats it a little left to right in the first third of the lane, that ball sets in the mid lane and runs him over. It's when he's a little parallel in the front part of the lane is when he may go high, leave a 4-pin, jamming it in there. That is exactly what he wanted to do in the first frame. That's his plan every single frame here.
These players attacking this dragon pattern very differently tonight.
So different. Dom throwing reactive and hooking the whole lane.
Simo throwing urethane and firing it right up the lane, right at him.
I don't like to make the comparison of Simo to Norm Duke, but that's what Norm might be doing on this pattern. You look at Dom's shot again. Just pushes a little too far down the lane at the end of the pattern. The other thing to keep in mind here, Tom, is when a urethane ball goes down the lane where Simo's playing, it will push a little oil down the lane, which could cause some issues for Dom Barrett.
Yeah, it's gonna stretch that pattern a little bit. And with Dom being that far left, a little bit of oil getting down the lane is going to keep his ball from coming off the end of the pattern. Might make it get just a little bit lazy down lane. Dom crossing 25 there. 2 light shots in a row.
I thought Dom got a handful of that one at the bottom, too.
You know what's interesting? Anthony basically got to come over and bowl a game on this pair when he gets 10 shots. And Dom got no shots. Oh, just misses.
Caught a little friction there. So Dom's going to have to retool here with his ball reps and think about what he wants to do. Meanwhile, Anthony Simonsen, we know what he's going to do. He's going to jam it up the second arrow.
Yeah, interesting. I'll have to pay attention. Anthony has 2 pitch blacks up there. I wonder if he's throwing different ones. Oh, I thought that was a little left off of his hand. I thought that one was going to go high.
It was definitely more up the lane. He didn't belly it through the front like we were talking about. But because of the length of this pattern, the ball holds.
And he is. He's using 2 different balls. We have a phone going off in the crowd. Pretty good shot there. Dom going to the bag. Didn't get a look. Looks like maybe Dom's going from up. He's staying with the same ball, staying with a Widow 2.0 hybrid.
But it's a different one?
Yep. He was throwing a pin down when this might be a pin up ball. I didn't get a good look at it.
We also did see Dom move right on some of the pairs and go straighter at him. So he's got a few tricks as well in his bag. Great adjustment.
Yeah.
He continues to take the path of circling the lane. Stronger ball, maybe a little more surface.
Yeah, that ball's definitely got a little bit more surface on it, and it is a pin up. The pin's right above his bridge on that one. He was throwing a pin down ball. Triple Crown winner, knows his equipment, 2 shots in, makes a ball change here in the title match. Oh, light again.
Very similar shot that we just saw on that lane. Still sliding right over there, right next to the gutter.
Right over 25. Ball just doesn't pick up.
What's the move here for Dom, Tom? You come in light twice on the left lane. You got to make some sort of an adjustment, right?
Yeah, I think he's pretty committed to staying over there on that part of the lane. Maybe just needs to soften the ball speed a little bit. Try to get it to read the pattern just a little bit quicker. The shot on the right lane was really good. So I think it's just a speed thing over there on the left lane. Simo. Oh.
And we've seen that. That's common practice to the way he's attacking the lanes. When he's a little left, or if it reads just about a foot soon, we've seen him jam some 9-pins in there.
Yep, we saw that one upper deck 7 that was just nasty.
Well, almost got it there.
One of his matches, yeah.
Almost had it 7-9.
7-9. Wow. So Simo with an opening turkey before the 9 spare. Simo can max at 279. Dom with 2 early opens. His max score 234.
Had Anthony in the booth. We saw him frying out a little bit the last couple weeks in match play. Says he's getting it under control right now. Says it took me a couple weeks to get into it here this year on the season, Mike. He's like, I'm ready now, though. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, that's what he told me was one of his keys, was getting his mental game back. Hadn't bowled much since December, he said, so to get back out and get into tournament focus. And wanted to give a shout out to Morgan and Snoop watching at home tonight. Snoop is their dog.
Snoop Doggy Dog or Snoopy?
Snoop the dog.
TBD.
Watching back home in Las Vegas. That's really good. It's only the 5th frame, but Dom is in must strike territory now. That one looked a little slower. Read the end of the pattern very well. Over about 25. Right inside the tracer. High flush. Ball barely gets the 9.
This is the shot here.
This is the big shot.
This is it here. What are we gonna do here, Dom? Are you gonna cheat a little right with your feet? You gonna just slow it up like Tom said? But you got to do something here. All right, he's not moving right. Softer.
Yep. Got that one to come around the corner. Just about solid 9 there.
Folks, watch this ball go through the pins. This is nasty. Watch the ball drive towards the 7-pin.
Look at the way that head pin just annihilated the 2 and just spun down.
That's why both of these guys have so many fans. They are 2 elite bowlers. They're in the upper 1/10 of 1 percentile, these 2 guys.
Yeah. Both bowlers. Surefire Hall of Famers as soon as they become eligible. Great shot from Simo.
Do you know how hard it is to do that? he is splitting boards out there. He is playing no spot down lane.
Yeah, his spot down lane is about the 17 board. That's what he's playing.
I know he is. It's almost like a Peterson strategy almost. Not to say the lanes are that weird, but man, he is just going right up at him.
Looks very comfortable doing it. Great shot.
Simonsen is rolling here in Wichita.
Yeah.
279 max. Using 2 different urethane balls out here.
His only blemish, a solid 9. Dom on a double. Just needs to keep striking, keep throwing quality shots. Anything can happen. Oh my goodness. About left it last time on this lane. This time the ball doesn't catch it. Solid 9. Dom's max now 213. Anthony Simonsen pacing 239.
These matches go so quick. It's just 10 frames to determine the title. Dom has made some very key adjustments. Was looking really good on the right lane, runs into the 9 pin. Only chance he's got to strike out.
He has to strike out, and he's going to need some help a couple of times from Simo. Oh, huge break there.
That was in, what do you think?
Yeah, a couple.
Couple boards.
Almost got the kick out of the back.
And that's what that line has done for him. And he's always in the 1-3, right?
Yep, that's
even if he's a little high.
That was a lot of high. I wouldn't say that one was in the 1-3. He got a lot of 9 there. He's going to be very happy with 9 on that shot. Simonsen's max 258. Strike here pretty much seals the deal. Really good shot.
Well, that's what you want, right, Tom?
That's the best kind of mark to get. If Dom strikes out, Anthony's going to need to knock down 6 pins in 2 shots.
Anthony Simonsen came into this event in 4th in the PBA points race. Dom Barrett 8th. EJ Tackett, your leader right now. Sam Cooley second. Kyle Troop third.
Dom with the wave to the crowd. He knows it's all over, but the shouting now, and
he loves Northrock.
yep.
Special place for him here.
As we've mentioned, U.S. Open winner right here in this building in 2018. Going to be back-to-back runner-ups for Dom. He's not going to be satisfied with that.
No, he's going to want the second and the fourth frames back. Didn't make the move in the fourth after the shot in the second. 2-pin combinations. Been the theme of the week here. Who could avoid 2-pin combinations?
Yeah, it's quite a bit of a wait, for you to bowl your game and go over there while another guy gets to throw 10 shots while you warm up on another lane. 10 shots can change the lane quite a bit. There's your winning shot. Simo, your 2023 Wichita Classic champion.
Title number 11 for Simonsen.
Anthony, the only bowler on tour this year to make all 4 match plays, finally getting the win on his second show of the year.
26 years old. He owns 11 professional bowling titles. And this one feels good.
Anthony Simonsen.
We were talking about EJ and what he was going to do in his 30s. What's Simo going to do? He's already up to 11 titles, only 26. He's got 4 more years before he gets to be 30.
Stick around, ladies and gentlemen, because Mike Flanagan is going to come out with BowlTV. Quick interview with the champion here. Thanks to all of you for coming out. Thanks to the staff here. It's been wonderful here in Northrock and in Wichita. We love it here, and congratulations again. Anthony Simonsen, the champion.
As Mike heads down to
TV staff too. I rarely thank them. I should thank them every week. They do an incredible job. Mike Flanagan coming out for an interview with Anthony, and you guys have been great as well. All of you, thanks for coming out and making PBA part of your day here, and thanks for being such a great crowd. You guys are wonderful.
All right, Mike's getting ready to interview Anthony here. I'd like to give a shout out to Dom. Another great performance, another runner-up, 2 in a row.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's put your hands together one more time for Dominic Barrett. Second place the last 2 weeks out here on tour. All right, I am here with Anthony Simonsen, your champion. Let's give it up one more time for Anthony. Anthony, 11 titles at 26 years old. How's that feel?
It doesn't sound real, to be honest with you. This year it's been 4 for 4 on match play, so I'm really happy to end this swing with the win.
Yeah, and this week you've been very creative out there on the lanes. We've seen you use urethane straight, which you used tonight in the championship finals, and you also were able to get in and hook it with reactive. Why the 2 different styles here this week?
For the people that have bowled here at Northrock a few times, they all know that straighter's greater here. So that was kind of an option that if I could try to stay in that little track zone, that I would. I knew it would give me the best or the highest possibility to strike, so that's what I chose to do.
This week also, we talked about it, up in the booth as we cover every single game here on BowlTV. It seemed like you just seemed extra focused here this week. Was there something different between the ears this week?
Like I said earlier, it's just haven't bowled a tournament since December, so just trying to mentally get back into the tournament mindset. They're long, grueling formats, so I think that was just kind of the big key. As we talked about that day one, I think really put that to use over the next 2 days.
You've got some folks at home that were cheering for you here tonight. You want to give a shout out to your folks at home?
Yeah, the girl from Morgan, the dog Snoop's watching. I know there's some other people back home watching. I just want to say thank you to Northrock, the PBA, BowlTV for all the hard work this week. And then let's take a couple days off and get back to it.
Yeah, absolutely, Anthony. And also, your ball reps. You told me that Sean Ryan helped make the call down the stretch there with going to the urethane ball, and you've got a lot of other sponsors as well. Who would you like to thank?
Sean gets it, obviously. Like you said, he made a good call at the end of the third game. Suggest going into the pitch black to keep me away from something that I was struggling whenever I did see on the lanes. So obviously the big props go out to him. Roto Grip, Bowler X, Vice, Turner Janitorial Services. Who else we got on here? I don't know. Bowler X, Classic. They'll get me in trouble. They might actually make me work in the warehouse a little more. But no, that's it. Thank you guys for coming out. I got nothing.
All right, Anthony Simonsen, your champion, everybody. Well deserved.
Okay, sports fans, thanks for coming out. You guys are great. We hopefully will come back next year in 2024.